Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of glad to get out of that Thursday night football game. Man, that's just a terrible game to watch. There's just nothing good happening there with the Jags and the Titans. At least not by my measure, anyway. So, apologies to all you Jags and Titans fans. It's not a knock on your team specifically, but man, this game tonight is just unpleasant to watch, I think. I'm glad to have the break from it. Okay, so we're only opening one product tonight. That's going to be Prism Basketball, but as usual, we do have a little information to go over before we get started. So let's rock on with that. First up, feedback. My feedback is set to be automated on eBay. So basically what that means to you is anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. You don't ever have to wait on me to find the time to sit down and do that, which is a bonus, right? Yeah, the only one of the few things we don't have to wait on in life. And of course, the other message there is to say thank you. I do appreciate everyone who bids and breaks with me. Those of you who come by and hang out and chat and watch the break and whatever brings you here, I'm glad to have you. Taking a look right now at breaks that are coming up in the next few days on eBay. Tomorrow night, we're going to open Dynasty Baseball, which is a new release for tomorrow. So we'll bust into it on release night. We're going to open another case of Obsidian Football, which came out last night. And I got to say, I fell in love with that product a little bit. So I'm hyped about getting into it again tomorrow night as well. Saturday night, we'll open a 3-box case of Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets, a half case of 2015 Black Gold football, that's the back half of a case, and a half case of Flawless Collegiate Basketball, that is also the back half of a case. On Sunday, we're going to do a couple of mixers. One is a Strata football mixer that's going to have boxes from 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015. Then we're going to do an NBA mixer. It's an 8-box mixer. We've got all kinds of products in there from 12-13, 14-15, 15-16, 16-17, 17-18. So if you look at the description in that, on either of those mixers, you'll find a lot more detailed information about what exactly is being opened. Monday night, we'll kind of do a repeat almost of Friday night, won't we? It'll be Dynasty again and Obsidian again. Tuesday night is an off night for me. And then, of course, Wednesday, I'm sure we'll have some new releases we'll get into. I am aware, guys, that Prism Retail comes out tomorrow. And I do have Prism Retail in several different forms. We'll have some cello packs. We'll have some blaster box cases. We'll have regular retail box cases. But we're not going to get into breaking those until next week sometime. So again, tonight, only breaking one thing. It's going to be a 12-box case of 18-19 Prism Basketball. And I'm anticipating it out the door no later than Monday. I think there's a possibility that it gets out the door sooner than that, but it's not an absolute guarantee. So plan on Monday. Pleasantly surprised if it goes out earlier. How about that for our plan? We don't have to worry about consolation cards here, because there's, I don't know, like 1,700 cards in this case, so every team is going to pull cards. So once again, it is a 12-box case of 18-19 Prism Basketball, the hobby version, of course. This is a full case break. It is break number 4. Our end date is Thursday night, the 6th of December. And, of course, we're live streaming it the same night it ended on eBay. Team names are on the left-hand side. Your name is up in lights, or rather your eBay username is up in lights on the right-hand side across from your team. So we'll scroll down through there. Everybody get a chance to see their name. Last but not least, I am about ready to 86 autofocus here. That's why you're going to see the background go a little bit out of focus, because I don't like autofocus in breaks. I don't like all that stupid zooming in and out. I just like to be able to see them up close. So that's what we do. All right, let's get all of this out of here. And while I'm getting all of this out of here, who is in chat tonight? Griffin is here saying he's home alone. Well, Griffin, it looks like here Randy's joined you in chat, so you're not all alone in chat tonight. I do like your Macaulay Culkin reference, though, especially this time of year, because Home Alone was set at Christmas time. So, yeah, That's a good one. I like that. Randy, you're looking for some Boston Celtics in here tonight. All right, we'll see what we can conjure up for you in the way of the Celtics. And fair warning, guys, I'm having some kind of weird allergy day. Like, why am I having any kind of weird allergies in December? I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but there is something that has just got my allergies all fired up. So I'm going to apologize in advance if you're subjected to any sniffling and throat clearing and whatnot. I always try to avoid that, but I don't know. It's bugging me tonight, so no guarantees. So I'd say most everybody in here has probably opened Prizm Basketball before, but if you have not, what we are looking for, 2 autographs per box. On average. Panini always says on average. They say that kind of as a CYA in case they accidentally short us one, which occasionally they do. But every once in a while they gift us an extra one as well. And also a little CYA because sometimes our hits get replaced with points cards. And if that happens tonight and we end up with any points cards, we will simply award them using random.org at the end of the break. In addition to our 2 autographs per box, we should find about 22 Prizms. Now, a lot of our Prizms, of course, are inserts. There are some that are what we would call the Silver Prizm, which is just the base Prizm and actually is arguably the best hit in Prizm Basketball. You know, some people, if it doesn't have an autograph, they don't want it. But in basketball, unique in that sense, the Silver Prizm rookies in particular are kind of a little bit like the Holy Grail in here. So we always look forward to seeing those. And Marlon, or does that say Marlon or Martin? I am so blind when I look at that chat. It says Marlon. Hi, Marlon. How are you, Marlon? And forgive me for calling you Martin there. That little tiny screen on my iPad where I look at chat can be challenging sometimes. So Silver Prizm first out is Ariza for the Phoenix Suns. Right behind that, it looks like we're going to have our first hit of the evening, and it is coming out for the Thunder. One of my ex-University of Kentucky players, and that is Mr. Hamidou Diallo for the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sensational Signatures insert. Guys, we'll find tons of these Hyper Prizms as we go along, and they are not numbered. So when you see them go by, and that pattern on them, that Hyper pattern, then just know those are not going to be numbered. There's a Silver Prizm Kaminsky for the Hornets. I think actually I may just stack all of our Prizms off to the side. We can sleeve them a little bit later. That might make things go a little more expeditiously this evening. And we have Kyle Kuzma. This is a Red Wave, and our Red Wave Prizms are also unnumbered, and we'll find loads of those as we travel through our case of Prizm. That's a Hyper All-Day insert for Kyrie Irving. And that, I wish Luck of the Lottery were a Prizm, but that's a base as well. There's an Anthony Simons Hyper Prizm, and so on, and so on. So most of the time, guys, what we're going to do the first time we run across these inserts, you know, we talk about them a little bit more than going forward. Not as much detail so that we don't slow the breakdown too much. There's another Silver Prizm. That one is Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. Fireworks insert we'll find plenty of. This is a Luck of the Lottery. And that, of course, Michael Porter Jr. and the Denver Nuggets. If we can get that kid healthy, you know, he might be something to take a look at in Denver. Of course, Denver's doing pretty well on their own right now. Anyway, Colin Sexton, that is a blue parallel Cleveland Cavaliers. Anytime you see that handsome blue color, you can expect that to be numbered to 199 in here. And there's another Red Wave. That's MKG for the Hornets. Poor Charlotte Hornets. I don't know. The Charlotte Hornets and the Phoenix Suns just can't ever kind of seem to get going in the right direction. And I always think after the draft, oh, they're going to be great this year. And then somehow they don't end up that way. Gerald Green and the Houston Rockets with a silver prism base. Rudy Gay, Hyper, Spurs. So I was talking to some, actually a few of you, talking back and forth in messages before the break tonight, since we just had the one item. I had an extraordinary amount of time that I'm not used to having. We're used to doing so many products in one night, you know, always running right to the last second. But we were going back and forth about some things tonight, and that's one of the comments I made. Like, I always think Charlotte is going to do well, and then somehow they don't. This year, I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on Miles Bridges to see what he's got going on. And, of course, I was also having the conversation about the fact that the retail part of Prism is usually a pretty good return on investment. Those of you who break with me often, you know I'm big on return on investment. You know, so sometimes you may not always pay as much, but if you get good hits in return, then I think it's worth it. Other times you pay a lot, you don't get much back. Well, obviously that's not as worth it. And this is Gerald Green, Houston Rockets. That is to 149. Anytime we find that purple or lavender, whatever you prefer to call it, you can expect it to be to 149. There's an Iverson red wave for the Sixers. So I was talking about how I expect some of the retail parallels to be good return on investment, silver prism for the Lakers. And he sent me a link showing me, no, everybody's already on to that fact, and some of the prices are already going really high on the retail cases too. It says Elfrid Payton to 49 for the New Orleans Pelicans. And there's a nice silver hyper. Another ex-UK guy, Jared Vanderbilt for the Denver Nuggets. Got to get that guy healthy too. So, yeah, I mean, but we are going to have more than just the straight-up retail cases. Those are probably bringing more because it's 20 boxes to the case. But, you know, we had really good luck last year breaking cases of blasters. Because, again, the silver prism being more of the chase in here than the autograph, you can find those, no problem. Kevin Huerter for the Hawks, our second autograph out of here. And there is Mo Bamba for the Magic with a hyper rookie. So I kind of like the fact that we can find a lot of silver prisms in retail, and sometimes you get a pretty good return on investment. Willie Cauley-Stein tried to jump off the pile there. Well, you probably noticed that. He did not get very far, but nonetheless, because he did, we're taking a little closer look at him, and he seems to be no worse for the wear. But since he did try to escape, I wanted to take a closer look at him. Marvin Williams for the Hornets. Now, guys, when you see the red that doesn't have the wave, those are numbered, and they are to 299. That will be consistent throughout the product. So base red with no wave in it to 299, red wave like that, unnumbered. So I think that's, for the most part, that's the overview of what things are going to look like as we go along through here. And here's Vincent Edwards for the Rockets, and that is a rookie silver prism. Behind that is Jeff Teague and the T-Wolves. Of course, anything that's numbered, you know, I'll call that out. There's a Doncic base card. Here's a blue Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks. That's numbered to 99. Hey, Latchman, what's happening? How are things today? I sent you out a big package of stuff today. Fireworks insert. There's the Raptors with a red wave, and that is box 1 in the books. So I don't know how some of these guys are breaking 20-box retail cases, though. They've got to be like not shipping veteran base or something. Because you know what? There's a lot of cards per box in retail. And then you do that times a 20-box case. My goodness, everybody would be getting like 10-pound cards. I don't know. I hadn't really thought I was going to do those as full, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But the blaster cases last year, we opened, I don't know, guys, what was it? Maybe 4 or 5 cases of blasters last year, in addition to our regular hobby like we're opening tonight. And did we open some, I don't remember if we opened 24 count retail boxes last year. I don't think we did. I think I opened blasters instead. Anyway, point being, we had really good luck with the blasters. And ROI-wise, I would say your return on investment was higher there than in some other things. But of course, you know, no guaranteed autographs in that. And that's part of the reason why, because some people won't bid on it because there aren't guaranteed autographs. So, to 299, Luke Kennard and the Detroit Pistons. Red Wave, Jonathan Isaac and the Magic. And of course, we're not too far away from Revolution coming out. Revolution's another one that's got a zillion patterns in it. But of course, the big appeal to me for Revolution, I mean, I'm not a pattern chaser that much. That's to 149, Jamal Murray and the Nuggets. But what I do like is the fact that all the autographs are on card in there. Marc Gasol, Red Wave, Grizzlies. So I usually look forward to Revolution for that purpose. Although Absolute has been pretty good this year too. I may have to buy us some more Absolute. We had pretty good hits coming out of there. The Clippers, and there's your, as I would say, your other rookie for the Clippers with the Hyper Prism. Shea, of course, being who I would call your primary rookie if you've got the Clippers anyway. Oh, last one, you got a couple of packages from me today, huh? Thon Maker and the Bucks Silver Prism. A hit for the Nets, and it's Musa. You know that's probably because there was no mail yesterday. DeMar DeRozan. So you probably would have gotten one yesterday and one today, except for the fact that there was no mail. Except for my wonderful carrier who was out making package deliveries and called me. Well, he had told me the day before he thought he could pick up, and then he called me and said, yeah, I'm going to come by and get everything you've got for today. I was like, sweet. Chandler Hutchison, that is a Silver Prism rookie for the Bulls. Eric Bledsoe. So, yeah, I mean, like, not every day that you can get a package pickup on a no-mail day, right? Latchman, did you get the Bowman Chrome Mini stuff today? Or was that a I mean, I don't know. You usually have several packages going out a week, so I don't know which ones went what day. But I'm just curious if you have received the minis yet, if you liked them when you got them in your hand and could see them. I mean, I know you can see them on camera, but somehow there's something more interesting about a card when you actually hold it in your hot little hands, isn't it? At least that's how I feel about holding them in my hot little hands. That's what I look forward to. Oh, you got Vertex. Okay. Yeah, I bought more Vertex this week too. It's not here yet, but I think it'll be here maybe tomorrow. So we'll open a little more 2017 Vertex sometime here in the next, I don't know, couple weeks anyway. There is Stephon Marbury for the Phoenix Suns, numbered to 299 in the red parallel. There's a red wave, Rudy Gobert and the Jazz. Apparently I am unable to speak tonight. It's the Wed Wave. That's pretty much what I said the first time. Dragan Bender and the Phoenix Suns. Oh, and Rookies and Stars, too. Okay. Oh, yeah. Didn't it seem like forever ago that we broke Rookies and Stars? And it really wasn't, but it just seems like that it was. Paul Gasol and the Spurs with a nice little silver prism there. There's a red wave Kyrie Thomas, Detroit Pistons. And we have next up Mario Hezonja for the Knicks. That is numbered 1099. An all-day insert, Jason Tatum, red wave for the Celtics. Is that, ooh, do I see gold back here? I think I do. I think I do. And it's right behind a Hamidou Diallo silver prism rookie. Behind it, we have a little gold, should be numbered to 10, and it is Josh Jackson and the Phoenix Suns, indeed, numbered to 10. Scott's here. Hey, Scott. Are you in this tonight? I don't remember seeing your username, but then again, we all know I don't retain that sort of thing very well, don't we? But are you in this tonight, Scott, or are you just hanging out? Coming by to say, hey. Jarrett Allen with a Hyper Prism. Jimmy Butler T-Wolves. Basically, guys, if I call them out, they're a prism of some sort, okay? Or if they're not an autograph or, you know, whatever. So I'm not going to say, like, prism every time, but that's what it is. Austin Rivers, and he's for the Wizards. You might have noticed that he was still in his, I believe, Clippers uniform. But, of course, it does correctly note the new team on the card itself. So it's always going to go to the team that's on the card, not the uniform that you see. And sometimes that can be confusing if you're just glancing up and then you later wonder why you don't get a card. So that's why I'm pointing out. Always pay attention to the team that's listed. This is an Aaron Gordon That Savage insert for the Magic. Oh, you couldn't find me tonight, huh, Scott? Yeah, this is all we had listed, and it ended, I don't know, I think about the normal time, maybe a hair later. I think it probably started ending around 9 o'clock, maybe a little after that, but we just had the one break tonight, so. Yeah, I don't know, Scott, why you have trouble finding them. I mean, how do you get there normally? Do you go to my eBay store, or do you go to advanced search? I mean, if you have me saved as a favorite seller, you should be able to at any point go in and see everything from that link. Fireworks Lonzo Ball inserts. And I think that's how Latchman does it. Isn't that what you said, Latch? That you put it in, I think he's got it in, once it's in favorite sellers, then you can access favorite sellers from my eBay and then click on something that says see all items, I think. So this is Jacob Evans III for the Golden State Warriors. A little George Mikan for the Lakers, and that is box number 2 wrapped up. So I don't know, Latchman might be able to point you in the right direction on that. Randy, that's how you do it too? Yeah, so I think there's a couple of different ways you can do it, Scott. You can either go into, once it's like in a favorite seller type deal, then I think you can go to your favorite sellers list and click, and it should show you everything I have. Then the other way you can do it, I think, is to go to any of my listings, and you should be able to click on something like See Sellers Other Items, or maybe now it says See Sellers Store or some such. Whatever that is, you can also click on it that way, which should then allow you to sort it, I think, oldest to newest, and also maybe by sport. And then the third way that you can get there is to go to, you know where the search bar is, like up at the top of almost every eBay page. Off to the right of it, there's something that says Advanced. And if you click on the Advanced search, then you can search by seller. And you just type in Fleaburger, hit enter, and it should bring up everything. And once again, you can then sort to look at ending soonest, and then that would show you what was up on any given night. So those are the only ways I know to easily tell you to do it, Scott. I'm sure there are other ways to do it, but those are the only ones that I can, like, say, you know, the easiest way. And Randy's saying he does it on his phone using saved or favorite sellers, so that might be, he might be able to walk you through how to set that up. I haven't set one of those up on my phone. I've done it on the computer, but not on my phone, so Randy might be able to help you on that. Lonnie Walker and the Spurs to 199. Draft 2018. So guys, this one, not a refractor. Generally speaking, we've been finding anywhere from 2 to 3 of those a case. Last case, one of them was a refractor. That's a red wave for the Lakers. And we're setting it over there in the housekeeping area. And any of those we find as we go along tonight, I'll set them over there. We'll give them out using random.org at the end of the break. There's J.J. Redick and the 76ers. And here comes Mo Wagner with a little love for the Lakers. It's blank. What the what? Okay, now that blows. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody forgot to put the sticker on it. Oh, Panini. Man, okay, guys. So, like, if you've got the Lakers, you should have a nice Mo Wagner autograph in that space where they put no sticker. So, let's talk about how that's going to work in a minute. This is Jeff Green and the Wizards. So, basically, there is a way that when you go into Panini, I'm sure everybody's probably got a Panini account because goodness knows if you've done very much with Panini, you've hit a redemption somewhere along the way. And in the same place where you would go to enter a redemption, there's a place where you can do a request, is what they call it, for like a damaged card or replaced card or whatever. Marshawn Brooks to 299 Grizzlies. That is, I believe, what you're going to have to do for that. Vincent Edwards and the Rockets. That's a red wave. I think when you get it, you will go in and open a request in the same spot where you would go to open a redemption. There's a spot that says something like missing or damaged or something. I've done it before. It's been a while. I can't remember the verbiage. And then once you click on that, it walks you through a few steps. It gives you a piece of paper that you print out. Then you take the piece of paper, you print it out, you mail it in with the card, and then at some future point, you get what you should have gotten to begin with. So I think that's going to be the way that works for you if you have the Lakers. LeBron James, an all-day insert for, by the way, Lakers, another one to point out, guys. I know he's in the Cavaliers uniform, but correctly notes the Lakers on the card, so that's where it's going to go. Randy says it's white ink. Oh, that's pretty funny. That is nice. Bam Adebayo and the Miami Heat. Yeah, Scott, I don't know why it wouldn't work for you if when you're in advanced search, you should be able to search by seller, and that's probably the easiest way to do it on a phone if you can't, do it from the favorites. That's probably the easiest way. DeMarcus Cousins and the Warriors with a silver prism. Oh, Marlon says that it's worth just the same for Mo Wagner being blank as if it had been signed. That's cold, man. Shabazz Napier for the Nets. That was hyper. Oh, that was cold, Marlon, for poor Mo Wagner. Tim Duncan and the Spurs with a silver prism. Here is Kyrie Irving with a red wave for the Celtics. And I'm still just laughing over that. It's so mean, man. Scott, the rest of the Flawless is Saturday, I think, right? Is that right, guys? Saturday? Hang on. Hold, please. Un momento. Let me see, because you know me. I'm going to guess and then get it wrong. Yes, the rest of Flawless Collegiate is, in fact, Saturday night. You got it. Saturday. There's somebody else that says it's worth more without his signature because his autograph is horrible anyway. And, oh, man, I'm trying to guess what your username is supposed to be pronounced like. I'm just going to call you Grady. Because your username has a whole bunch of letters that I can't really make out how it should be pronounced. But I do see a GRDY next to it, next to each other in there, which is pretty close to Grady. So how about I call you Grady? Or I could call you Leb. But I like Grady better, I think. Randy, you are heading to bed. All right, my friend. I will try my best to find you a nice Celtic and get it on your way. You said just throw a W on it and it'll say it's on card. But you know what? He is not alone, guys. There's a lot of rookies this year. This has been a lot of what we've been complaining about in football, too. an amazing amount of rookies that are just signing their initials these days. And that just bothers me to no end anyway. And he is just kind of a big MW. Jacob Evans, Silver Prism, Golden State Warriors. But are we already at the generation of kids that didn't learn how to write cursive? I mean, I thought I had a few more years before all those kids were rookies, but maybe they're here now. And then all of our autographs are just going to go to initials or, you know, like a big X or something. How these are, they're all going to be printed like, I don't know, what is wrong with people? To $2.99, that is Victor Oladipo. And there's Pistol Pete Maravich for the Hawks, of course. Atlanta. Silver Prism Gallinari and the Clippers. Oh, kids, we have ourselves a nice one coming up. This is a little Mojo, which should be numbered to 25. It also happens to be a Silver Prism rookie, and it also happens to be Mr. Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, baby. Loving that Mojo coming out for the Grizzlies. So, you know, we were talking earlier in chat, a couple of us. Grizzlies went high tonight. Well, that's a good start for you right there. Tristan Thompson and the Cavaliers. I said it's probably because Jaren went off, you know, in that game against the Nets. I think 36 points, I think it was. 8 rebounds, 8 boards, something like that. And kids coming along quite nicely. It's the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Milwaukee Bucks with a Silver Prism. There's a Fireworks, Lauri Markkanen and the Bulls. Yes, Saturday, Scott, Saturday. Oh, and you found a way to find the listings easier. Okay, well, that's good. And then you're sad about Saturday, though, so that's not good. Is the missus back and she's not going to let you break on Saturday? DeAndre Bembry, Red Wave for the Hawks. Well, I know, Grady. That's what I'm saying. The fact that they don't teach cursive anymore is, I think, what's catching up to us. And we're already getting these bad batch of autographs, and I think it's just going to get worse. At least, my goodness, if they're going to print, can we at least have their whole name, maybe? Philadelphia 76ers hit your rookie, Landry Shamet. Courtney Lee and the Knicks with a little, I started to say Mojo, not Mojo, Hyper. Here comes Hamidou Diallo again. We've had what seems like a lot of parallels of him tonight. Maybe we haven't, but it seems like we have. Oklahoma City Thunder, number 2, 149. That is a Red Wave Gary Trent Jr. for the Blazers. Oh my gosh, you've taken to calling her Satan now? Oh man, Scott. Oh, that is bad, brother. When you get to the point where you're calling her Satan, you might want to rethink your living situation. You know, a little Jeff Foxworthy in there. If you're calling her Satan, you might be. Remember those when Jeff Foxworthy used to do, you might be a redneck if, might be time to move out if you're calling her Satan. Just saying, man. Just saying. Latchman, you can actually print out that invoice yourself. You actually do not need that from me. I'll tell you how you can get it if you would like. There are 2 ways. I mean, yes, I can send it to you in your next package, but you can also print it out from eBay. If you go into my eBay and you go into your purchase history, you should be able to print out an invoice from there. And then the other place you can print it out is in PayPal. And you can go in and just print out, and again, you should be able to see the transaction from purchase history. So you could go back to the date and go into your sent payments in PayPal, and you should be able to see it and just print it right directly from either one of those. So yes, I can absolutely print it out and send it with your next package, but if you need it faster, you can also really easily print it out from either one of those places, or you should be able to anyway. I can't believe Leaf is even asking you for that, because they should have just replaced it. Like, they can see themselves that they didn't include it. So what is their problem? Why are they giving you grief? Alonzo Trier and the Knicks and a rookie silver prism. I've got a call into them anyway about something else, although it has been like 4 days. They haven't called me back. I don't know what their deal is. And I need to give them money, and they haven't called me back. So they're kind of crazy like that. Okay, this is the Jazz and Joe Ingles. Oh, Joe to 99. I know, I butcher it. And I do that just for Scott, too, because he likes to call me the butcher. This is DeMar DeRozan for the Raptors with a red wave. Latch, there's no way for me to really email it because my scanner is jacked up right now. My scanner isn't working, so there's no way for me to email it to you because I would have to print it out, and then I don't have any way to scan it to attach it to an email. So again, that's why I'm telling you the easiest way is probably for, if you need it quickly, the easiest thing to do is for you to print it out either from your My eBay purchased items category or your PayPal. Otherwise, yes, I can for sure print it out and send it with your next package, but I can't scan it because my thing's busted. To 299, that is Thon Maker and the Bucks. I'm going to get a new one soon, but I haven't yet. That is a red wave for the Clippers. I did not hear the latest about Anthony Davis. What is the latest about AD? Fill me in. What's the 411, Scott? Is it something big? Did I miss something really good? I hope it's a really good and not a really bad. I don't want to hear any bad news about him. Kristaps Porzingis, New York Knicks. And we have for the 76ers, Amir Johnson. And Amir Johnson is Sensational Signatures insert. And quite a bit of curvature to that one, more so than some of our others that we've pulled out. If you break Prism often, Solomon Hill Pelicans. I imagine that you're familiar with that. When they come out of that pack compression, sometimes they curve up a little, bow up a little. Not nearly as much as they used to. Back in the day, as they say, it used to be really bad. It's really a lot better with the modern stuff. Like the modern refractors don't do it nearly as much. Lonnie Walker for the Spurs. That is a nice, another rookie silver prism. The talks on where he's going. I mean, I've heard Lakers, but you know, you hear everything. There's Eric Bledsoe and the Bucks. So, I mean, it could be really just about, I mean, anywhere, I would imagine. But of course, ever since he bought that big house out there near LA, they say the Lakers or the Clippers go hard or go home. There's Blake Griffin and the Pistons. So yeah, you're saying I hadn't read that far down yet. You said a 3-team trade sending him to the Lakers with Lonzo to the Pelicans. Really? Is that like a done deal? That seems like, Bobby Portis and the Bulls. I'm a little surprised. Is that really for real a done deal? Because that seems odd. But, I mean, because AD is going to be a free agent pretty soon. It just seems odd that they would give up those assets to get him right now when he's going to be a free agent soon. That doesn't really make good sense. Of course, then again, the Lakers bringing in like the cast of the Golden Girls to support LeBron James didn't make a lot of sense to me either. So, guess they do what they want. Guess you do what you want to do when you're Magic Johnson. What the other kid from Duke? What other kid from Duke? Are you talking about on the Lakers? I don't even know who all they've got from Duke. I don't like to think about the Duke people. DeMarcus Cousins and the Golden State Warriors. Although it's hard not to. They've had some really nice players lately. Steve Nash, Phoenix Suns. And they signed another one today, by the by. Yeah, the number 2 out of the 2019 class signed with Duke today. That is Elfrid Payton to 199 for NOLA. Little Nolans going on. Oh, it's not a done deal, but if ESPN is reporting it, are you saying it's a proposed trade at least? Dennis Smith Jr., Red Wave Mavericks. A kid plays hard when he gets his tooth knocked out on the court. That's all I'm saying. JJ Redick, that is another silver prism for the Sixers. We have a little Chris Webber for the Kings, purple to 75. Oh, are you talking about Brandon Ingram? Because, Magic Johnson said just last year, maybe even the early part of this year, that anybody on the team was a candidate to be traded except for Brandon Ingram. Magic Johnson himself said that was the one untradeable player they had for the Lakers, was Brandon Ingram. John Wall and the Wizards to 199 blue parallel. Red Wave Jarrett Allen Nets. They're going to have to ship John Wall out of there, or Bradley Beal 1. They're terribly dysfunctional in Washington. Tim Duncan, Spurs, silver prism. Latch, you are out of here because you have got to get up early. All right. Hey, I will try to remember to go back and find and print that out and put it in your next package. If you happen to remember the date of that break, do me a favor and shoot it over to me in messages, and that'll make it easier for me to find. Karl Anthony Towns and the T-Wolves. Because otherwise, yeah, I've got a lot of transactions every day. So if I have the date, that would help me locate it for you. And then I can just print it out and put it in with your next group of stuff that ships out. Well, if you have the Golden State Warriors, how would you like to have a little Steph Curry, baby? Yes, indeed. Sensational signatures for Mr. Steph Curry coming out for the Warriors. Who, actually, we've pulled a lot lately. We've pulled Steph Curry a number of times recently out of a bunch of different products. He must have done a very big signing with Panini not terribly long ago, because all of a sudden he's in a lot of stuff. Yeah, I guess New Orleans must be afraid that they're going to lose him for nothing to free agency. I guess they must think they don't have much of a shot at retaining him if they're talking about that trade, because that's the only way that makes sense for them. And I still don't know how it really makes good sense for the Lakers, but anyway. Oh, yeah, it was nasty outside today. It was indeed. Oh, and you got your cards already? Good. Yeah, that Reggie Miller, man, that ought to do really well. Because that was, what, to 10 or 15? That Reggie Miller out of Flawless, that should do real well. Especially you had such a, it was an inexpensive buy-in, and you hit, I think, 3 Pacers out of there, maybe. So you should definitely come out on the high side of that one. Well, you said 10. Oh, did you pay 10? Did you pay $10? Is that what you're telling me, or 10 something else? I don't know what you're telling me about 10. My mind wanders. I can't hold my train of thought that long. By the time I see that typed in, I'm thinking, wait, what? What is that about? I know. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible. And this is Go Hard or Go Home, James Harden for the Rockets. Behind that, here come the Chicago Bulls with Chandler Hutchison. So nice little hit coming out for the Bulls. I realize probably not the rookie you're looking for. Probably looking a little more for Wendell Carter Jr., but it's always good not to go home empty-handed. Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat. What are they going to do with Whiteside down there, by the way? I mean, guy just gets up, goes off the bench, just walks back to the locker room. It's like a minute left to play. He's like, yeah, I'm over this game. Gets up and walks off. Oh, it's a hot mess down there. Tristan Thompson and the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's my man, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in his kind of interesting draft night suit. Go hard or go home for the 76ers, Embiid. Oh, Scott, did you see that Josh Allen won why can't I think of the guy's name? You know, in the college football awards tonight that were on ESPN, and it was the, like, what's that player's name? Benderick, or I don't know, whatever it is. Josh Allen won that award tonight. You probably saw it, but if you didn't, he did. Jeff Green and the Wizards. I did not see what you're telling me about a lot of snow. I knew there was snow supposed to be coming through, but I didn't know a lot, so you better type that in. Tell me what's happening there, too. Sensational Signatures. Okubo for the Suns. Ariza for the Suns. Little Trevor hanging out there. DeAndre Bembry and the Hawks to 99. A Red Wave Gary Harris. And come on over here, you silly stack of cards. Trying to argue with me and stay where they were. Shabazz Napier, Nets. Oh, there's Wendell Carter Jr. Jeff Teague, T-Wolves, Red Wave. I just don't see how Anthony Davis fits with LeBron James. I just don't see how that fit works. And then Julius Randle, who they just shipped up there, has actually been playing pretty well with AD. In fact, I think you could probably safely say that Julius Randle is playing better than he's played since he's been in the NBA right now in this little stretch. Gerald Green and the Rockets. So it seems, I don't know, just an odd composition, that trade. DeAnthony Melton for the Rockets. That is numbered to 299. And we have a Red Wave Kobe for the Lakers. You said Bill Meck says 4 to 6 inches. What? Oh, man. Oh, no. That's a drag. That is not what I heard. I had heard that we were going to have like a wintry mix kind of thing, meaning maybe some rain, some sleet, some snow, some freezing rain, not 4 to 6 inches of straight up snow. So I guess that stupid storm track has changed a little bit. Well, that's a drag. Oh, well. So, guys, what's the score of Titans-Jags? Are the Titans still just beating the Jags like a drum, or have they made any semblance at putting up a fight? Lillard and the Blazers to 199. Blue parallel. Kevin Hervey, Oklahoma City Thunder, Red Wave. Ooh, a gold. And hang on. A silver prism Courtney Lee for the Knicks. Gold for the Hornets, MKG. To 49, except that's not gold, that's orange. And I apparently am colorblind. That would be orange, not gold. They are similar in color. Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. I know they're not that similar, but they kind of are. It's kind of a coppery orange. Oh, well, I messed it up. That's all there is to say. I looked at it. I thought it was going to be gold. I got all excited, and it was just orange. Solomon Hill to 299 for the Pelicans. And Mike Conley for the Grizzlies, Red Wave. Oh, yeah, the black gold is really a cool product. Had you never broken black gold before? Black gold is awesome. They did away with those shields like you're talking about, or at least they became a lot more scarce when you came across them when we hit 2016. But those shield cards came out a lot out of 2014 and 15, like what we saw the other night. Pistol Pete Maravich for the Atlanta Hawks. Vincent Edwards. Yeah, black gold is a great product. I mean, really the only knock that I have on black gold is, as we've talked about a million times before, the corners and the edges will show just the least tiny little bit of any chipping at all because they are, well, black. So any dark color like that on corner or an edge of a card, especially a thick card, which has more of a tendency to have little minor issues anyway, it just becomes really prominent. And that's the only knock I have on black gold. Other than that, I mean, I love the look of the product. It's usually got good hits. It's got good resale, but it's usually not a series you can get graded anyway. Most of the time because of that. Oh, this Friday, the Avengers 4 trailer is released. I'll have to try and check that out. I still haven't seen Venom, but you know it comes out on video pretty soon. It hits Vudu on the 11th, Tuesday. And so I already bought it in UHD, so it's supposed to just like pop up into my account on Tuesday. So I'm hopefully going to watch that Tuesday. You will note I am not breaking Tuesday night. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to watch Venom. That is Nurkic for the Portland Trailblazers. You better be right, Scott. You said it was really good. You better be right, man, because I like pre-ordered it and everything. So I took your word for it. Gary Harris and the Denver Nuggets to 299. Red Wave Wilt Chamberlain and the Lakers. Wonder where Jay Allen is tonight. We haven't seen Jay Allen tonight, Scott. Of course, he doesn't usually do basketball much, but he does often stop by and just kind of hang out anyway, but not tonight, I guess. Bogdanovic, Pacers. Fireworks, LeBron for the Lakers. And of course, guys, for those of you and gals who might not know this, there's Mirotic for Nola, and stuck behind it is a points card. And that points card means one of our hits just got replaced. So that part is a little bit of a drag. Willie Cauley-Stein to 149 for the Kings. And then we have a Red Wave Ntilikina, who I'm hearing that they're thinking of trading him, of trading Frank and a couple of others out of New York. So I kind of liked Ntilikina a little bit. I'm kind of surprised by that. But anyway, 250 rewards points goes up here for the housekeeping area. But what I was going to say a minute ago is for those of you who might wonder, like, why am I putting some things in sleeves as we go and other things I'm not? Because it's the ones that we have a lot of that I know is going to take a long time to put in sleeves rather than doing every single one of them as we go, which would make the break take forever. I do the majority of those after we finish up the break. But then the ones that we don't hit as frequently, the numbered ones or the parallels, the inserts, I should say, that come out, or, you know, the rookie ones. Rookie silver prisms, I tend to do as we go. But the other stuff, yes, it is going to end up in a sleeve, most of that stuff, before it's all said and done. But believe it or not, if you stop and do it when you go along in a break with this many cards, it adds like 20 plus minutes to the break. Yeah, for real. It does. You don't think it would, but it adds up. There's loads of them. Here's a guy I like a little bit, Mikal Bridges for the Phoenix Suns. Of course, it's kind of hard to just go all in on Mikal because, you know, you've got your #1 overall DeAndre Ayton for the Suns, so you're never going to pick those up inexpensively as a result. But I like Mikal Bridges. Patrick Beverly to $2.99 for the Clippers. I kind of wish they had left him in Philly, though. I think Philly might have been a better fit for him, but... Kelly Oubre, Wizards. That is Red Wave. Aaron Gordon in the Magic. And we're almost to the halfway point, which means we still have a ways to go. We have to finish this and then 6 more boxes. So this break just takes a while. There's no fast way to do this. Nurkic and the Blazers to $299. Red Wave, Willie Cauley-Stein. It's just a lot of cards, about 1,700. Baron Davis and the Hornets. And there's James Harden and the Rockets to $75. That's why I'm saying, you know, like saving 20 plus minutes during the break to not sleeve it all as we go along. Probably worth it in the long run, considering how long it's a time investment you have with this break. So we try to make the most. Draymond Green and the Warriors. Yao Ming and the Rockets. Enes Kanter, Knicks. There's Dante Exum and the Jazz. Whoa, 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 we got one stuck. Torrey Brown Jr. trying to hide behind there. Channing Frye, Cleveland Cavaliers. Mikal Bridges and the Suns on a Red Wave. Now we're at the halfway point. Scott, where are you working this week, man? Are you out? Are you working this weekend too? Outdoors? I know you said this past weekend you were doing something. I forgot where you said, but something outdoors. I hope not this weekend if we're going to be getting all that snow. So nobody must have the football game on. So I didn't see any score update come through there. I will just assume that probably the Titans are still kind of thumping Jacksonville. Jags just kind of fell apart, didn't they? And from an offensive standpoint, okay, you kind of get it, right? Because, I mean, it's Blake Bortles. Of course, they have benched him, and now you got Cody Kessler in there. But even that aside, their defensive efforts just been really subpar the last few weeks, too, which is kind of the thing they were expected to really hang their hat on this year. I don't know what's going on with them lately. They're not quite up to snuff, though. Fireworks, LeBron James, and the Lakers. That's Bobby Portis and the Chicago Bulls. We have a blue Markelle Fultz with 76ers. It's to $199. And they are officially saying, I just tore that sleeve up, didn't I? Oh, these are those weird ones again that don't open right. They are officially saying that he has something called thoracic outlet syndrome. Does anybody know what that is? I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess some kind of nerve compression or something, but whatever it is, that is why they say he now, you know, pump fakes when he's at the foul line and all the other stuff that's going on. Pistol Pete Maravich and the Hawks. That is Steve Nash and the Suns. So I don't know how long Markel is going to be out this time, but they are officially diagnosing him as thoracic outlet syndrome. Avery Bradley, Clippers. This is numbered to 299. It's Trey Burke in the Knicks. Oh, man, on top of the ones that don't open right now, half of them are upside down. Ooh, boy, this is going to be a yucky pack of sleeves. LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs, Red Wave. You said you went outside at the horse park. Oh, and then you're at the summit. Okay, I got you. Gotcha. And it was Richmond where you had your side job. I'm on the page now. Tristan Thompson and the Cavaliers. I don't know why I'm putting that in a sleeve right now, mainly because I meant for it to be the one that's behind it, which is Luke Walton and the Lakers. We pulled a Luke Walton out of another case recently, which is kind of a cool little throwback hit, considering that he now coaches them and used to play for them. Solomon Hill. So I kind of dig pulling the Luke Walton out for the Lakers. Courtney Lee, Knicks. An all-day Steph Curry. Grady, you said nerve and it's thoracic outlet syndrome, I think is what you're talking about there. And you said nerve and shoulder issues that cause numbness. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, so, yeah, I guess that would kind of mess up your shot if you couldn't feel your shoulder or whatever. How do you fix that, I wonder? That sounds very complex. I would say he's going to be out for a while, needless to say. And that is J.J. Barea for the Mavericks. Marbury again for the Suns. Oh, it causes his... Oh, the whole arm goes numb from the tip of the fingers all the way up to the shoulder. Oh, now that would not be cool at all. That would make you feel like your arm was just kind of dead weight. That would not be good at all. Kevin Hervey for the Thunder to 199. Well, I don't even know how's he been playing at all if he can't even feel his hand on one side. Ian Clark, Pelicans. Well, somebody should have found that, like the team doctors or somebody should have figured that out. My goodness. Let that kid go all this time. Andrew Wiggins, T-Wolves, 299. And that is Wilson Chandler, Red Wave. So are they saying then that it was, you're saying that it's rare to get it, which would make sense. Are they saying that that is, because you know he had that shoulder injury right after they drafted him. So is this as a result of that injury, or did this cause the injury? Or have they said, or do they know? Troy Brown Jr., rookie silver prism for the Wizards. And there's Dwayne Dedman and the Hawks. That is numbered to 75. Another rookie silver prism. This one is for Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks. A draft 2018 that'll just sit over here in our housekeeping area. Once again, we'll give all of those out using random.org at the end of the break. There is a Colin Sexton Hyper Rookie Prism. Now, they don't know how it happened. Well, I hope they can fix it for his sake. Oh, this is nice for the Knicks. You got my man, Kevin Knox. So, New York Knicks, I love that hit for you, of course. Because, why? Because I went to the University of Kentucky. Love all my UK guys. Kevin Knox is you know, he's good. He's young. He's gonna get better. He's good already, I think, but he's definitely gonna get better and gets a little age and experience on him. He's quite young. But he's already showing signs of what he can do. I love breaking Prism. I hate sorting Prism, though. It's not that I hate sorting Prism specifically. It's that I hate sorting anything with 1,700 cards in it. It just takes so long. It takes a lot longer to sort it than it does to break it. Because, you know, you're also stopping, putting everything in sleeves and the stuff that goes in top loaders and all that. It takes a long time. I wish that they had a little bit smaller pack size. Instead of 12 cards pack, you know, like 8, for instance. But they're never going to mess with Prism because it's a wildly successful product in basketball. It's pretty close to the most anticipated product in basketball all year. I mean, it's right up there with National Treasures and Flawless in terms of people looking forward to it. Myself included. That is the Phoenix Suns to 199 with a blue parallel. Right behind it, we have Bruce Brown and the Pistons with a Hyper Prism. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors to 299. That's another example of, you know, he's still in his Spurs uniform, of course, but correctly notes the Raptors as the team on the card. That's Quinn Cook, Red Wave for the Warriors. You said thoracic outlet syndrome can lead to another disease which can deteriorate your thumb. Huh. That's interesting. Well, how do they fix it? They better figure out how to fix it, man. That's Petrovic on a Red Wave. Because, I mean, obviously, if that's what they're saying it is, this kid's had it for a while. Tyler Johnson and the Heat. So there's Etuan Moore. So they better be figuring out how to get it before it turns into whatever this other thing is that you're talking about here that happens to your thumb. Danny Green and the Raptors. There's a Luck of the Lottery, Michael Porter, just a base though. Miami Heat, Red Wave. Markieff Morris, Wizards. Numbered to 75, you've got Austin Rivers and the Wizards. Hang on, back up. I gotta back up. I felt something on the back of this card. It's some kind of a little, see that? It's like a little residue, and this happens sometimes with Prism. It's actually, I think, part of the coating that goes on the card. And you know how in Prism, especially in past years, you used to always find little white flecks of stuff on it, and it was actually just the edge of the card itself where it had been trimmed off, and it was residue from it, but it would stick to the card and look like you had almost like grains of salt on there sometimes, or a little piece of dust or something, but it was part of the card. Well, lately in Prism, you'll get these packs, there's Harrison Barnes and the Mavericks, that have just like that one that I felt, have a little sticky whatever on the back of them. And I think it is part of the coating that makes it refract or something, but it comes off like that. Wendell Carter Jr., Luck of the Lottery, Prism, Bulls. So usually I get most of that off when I am sorting, but sometimes it won't come off. It's not that it won't, but sometimes I don't get it all off. And so if you get one with that little stuff on it, it does brush off. Zaire Smith and the 76ers Sensational Signatures insert. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks. Yeah, because that whole pack definitely had some of those little particles, if you will, that I'm talking about. Oh, so they just treat it with rehab, huh? No surgery. 3 to 6 weeks of rehab. Interesting. You would think there would be a way you could go in and surgically just relieve whatever is being compressed or whatever is causing that, but apparently not. '76ers just have the worst luck with their rookies, don't they? It's like if you get drafted by the Sixers in the first round, you can almost just plan on just setting out most or all of your rookie year with some sort of injury. You know, Embiid, Simmons, Fultz, Robert Williams for the Celtics. That's a nice one to 99. Red Wave for the Nets. There's a Silver Prism for the Nets and an autograph for the Pistons with Kyrie Thomas. I'm still kind of amazed that we have the one Mo Wagner from earlier that just has no signature on it. Somebody just put it in the pack with no autograph on it. That's crazy to me. Although, as one of you suggested, for somebody who collects like the mistakes and the oddities, it might be worth more money without the signature, as you said, just as an error type card. Could be. We pulled Stranger, like the one that we had that was numbered to 2 that came out of Impeccable or Immaculate or something football earlier this year, that the relics were the complete wrong teams. Not like switched. It was 2 teams on it. It's not like they switched them between the 2 teams. It was 2 completely different teams than the players that were on the card. To 299, Mikhailic and the Lakers. Dwight Howard, Wizards, Red Wave. Oh, you said you have to strengthen it and stretch it out, and then once you rehab it, it opens up the outlet and clears it up. Huh. Interesting. Well, hopefully they get that squared away for him. Brandon Knight and the Suns. That was the Celtics with a little Paul Pierce on the Hyper Prism that went by right after Brandon Knight went by. Oh wow, Marlon! I see now. I have never seen them completely leave an autograph off. In all the things I've opened over all the years, I've never seen one completely missing until tonight. But then you said you were in a Prism baseball break and there were 7 or 8 blank ones in the case. That's just bizarre. Like, did somebody fall asleep at work that day? What happened over at Panini that day? That's just crazy. There's no... What are they thinking? Oh, your girlfriend is a nurse and she gave you all the info on that. Very good, man. I like it. Aren't nurses handy? I have a neighbor who's a nurse. Honestly, they know as much as a doctor does in most cases. Sometimes more, I think. You know, they've seen it all, heard it all, rather. And nurses can tell you a lot of stuff. James Johnson for the Heat. Jabari Parker for the Bulls. Kind of forgot Jabari Parker was with the Bulls these days. I had to think about that a minute. I'm used to saying Bucks, and I'm like, oh no, wait, Bulls now. Fireworks, Dwayne Wade, and the Heat. There's Kyle Korver and the Cavs with a hyper insert. Now, see, Marlon, I haven't really seen it a lot. Other than tonight, I haven't seen it at all with Panini where the autograph is completely missing. But you said you see it a lot in all sports. So I guess I've just been lucky up to this point because that's my first one. Buddy Hield and the Kings to 99. I mean, I've seen them do other things where sometimes, you know, they'll just forget to put an autograph in or something like that. Chris Webber red wave for the Kings. I've definitely had that happen. And I've had times where I've gotten more than we were supposed to get. But I definitely haven't seen them missing until tonight. Kyrie Irving to 299 Celtics. Red wave, big man, Karl Anthony Towns for the T-Wolves, who just might be playing better without Jimmy Butler. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lakers. Domantas Sabonis comes out for the Pacers. Sensational signatures. Gordon Hayward, Celtics, hyper insert. So Marlon, what year of Prism baseball were you breaking? Because they haven't made Prism as a freestanding in baseball since what, 2013 or 12? It's been a while. Maybe 14. I don't know, somewhere in that time frame. I've got a little Prism baseball here, actually, not a lot. I bought it at the hobby store right before my owner sold the store. Not my owner, but before the owner of my local store sold it. I bought some of his older stuff out of there. He didn't have that by the case any longer, but he had some individual boxes, and I bought a few. Thought I might do them in mixers or something. Oh, it was in Chronicles. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Chronicles picked up all of those defunct sets that they don't make any. Well, obviously defunct means they don't make it anymore. But I was going to say in basketball, they picked up like the defunct stuff. In baseball, a lot of it were, much of it was stuff that they never produced in baseball, although they did make Prism in baseball, but it's been a few years. Goran Dragic and the Heat. Get a little autograph hit there. But Chronicles baseball and basketball, I love. Especially after they revamped it. Chronicles baseball in the first year, I liked it, but I didn't love it because there were too many Chronicles cards. Too many Chronicles base cards. When they fixed that in year 2, oh man, product was great last year. Loved it. That is for the Jazz. It is numbered to 49. And then, of course, in basketball, if they would tweak it to a similar circumstance like they did with baseball, in other words, get the parallels with some autographs on them, it would be a perfect product. But they did not do that, but they did give us some really nice chase. And honestly, I'm still chasing the Gala cards. We opened, in fact, I just recently opened another one because I'm still chasing those Gala cards. We opened like 6 cases or something of Chronicles basketball. Never pulled a Gala parallel one single time. Well, it's because they're numbered to only 5 copies each, and the player checklist for the Gala part of it was relatively low. But still, which is why, the high-level rookies were going for so much money in Gala, but I wanted to pull one really badly. That was to 299 Andre Drummond, J.R. Smith, and the Cavs. And we never did pull one. But the chase was good in basketball. The chase was really very good in basketball, but I would like to see them add some signatures to the parallels like they have in baseball. You said there were 2 or 3 in one box, and then there were several boxes with all Prism autos and all blank. Somebody just messed up that whole case, it sounds like. There's Metu to 199 for the Spurs. Like somebody just fell asleep on the job. There's Grayson Allen for the Jazz with a red wave. And you hear about that sometimes where something's just crazy. It's Mirotic for NOLA. And it was, I think it was regular Bowman, not Bowman Chrome, but just straight up Bowman. that at the first of the year, my distributor told me one of his customers, another breaker, got a case of Bowman Hobby, not Jumbo, and not a single autograph in the entire case. They left out every single autograph in the case out of Bowman. Can you imagine? 76ers, that is a nice little rookie silver prism for you with Landry, who's been playing, pretty well, actually, when he gets on the floor. So we are 9 down, 3 to go. Yes, it is. It is definitely. I imagine it's got to be very challenging for card companies to get this stuff out the door and do a good job. But you would think that should just be sort of a basic premise. Hey, make sure the autographs are on the cards. You saw another one like the Mo Wagner with one of the first cases of Prism you did this year. Yeah, so they must have it. Must be just running through. Now, wait a minute. Running through Prism in that case. It's like both sides of my pack had the card upside down. So, why is that? Is that a parallel or something for Jason Tatum? Why was that upside down? I don't know. Let's put it in sleeve because I don't know. It shouldn't have been. They shouldn't have both been upside down. We're going to put it in sleeve. We'll check it out. We'll find out what's going on with it somewhere along the highway. Oh, it was a Landry autograph that they left the autograph part off. And I wonder if anybody gets in trouble for that sort of thing there, Do you think like people lose their jobs over that, or is it just kind of like, yeah, well, that's okay, do better next time? Hard to say. And we opened, as Courtney Lee and the Knicks. I think it might have been Prism the other night, where we pulled the same, like the first 2 boxes that we opened had the same 2 autographs in them. The exact same player out of each box. It was like 2 for Troy Brown, I think, in the Wizards, and I don't remember who the other player was. It was a Cavalier, like a veteran Cavalier. And 2 boxes in a row had the exact same players in them, the same autograph hits. I thought that was kind of crazy, too. And DeMar DeRozan with an all-day for the Spurs. I have a hard time not saying DeMar DeRozan and the Raptors because I'm still not used to that trade. That was Stanley Johnson and the Pistons. Hang on, somebody was sliding in behind there. It was Tristan Thompson. To $2.99, it's Terrence Ross and the Orlando Magic. We have a little red wave Patrick Beverly for the Clippers. And numbered to 299, Victor Oladipo and the Pacers. So I wonder tomorrow if Prism Retail, which is supposed to come out tomorrow, Devontae Graham and the Hornets, red wave, if really like Target, Walmart, and all those places are actually going to put it out on the shelf tomorrow. Because a lot of my stores don't. When they're supposed to have a retail release, like it'll just show up a week or 2 later, or a day or 5 days later. Like they do not often put it out on the day of release, which I find very frustrating. Robin Lopez, that is numbered to 149 for the Bulls. Dante DiVincenzo for the Bucks, red wave. Tristan Thompson and the Cavs, that was a silver prism. And there's Robin Lopez coming out again for the Bulls. You saw there that we had another points card come out. So where's our big autograph? This is our second points card in here now. So somewhere, of course, Steph Curry was one of them. But now we've got another points card. So does that mean we have another big to semi-big hit that's going to show up for us? I hope. Usually the points cards are kind of an indicator of one or more what Panini would consider quote-unquote big hits. By that I mean the expensive ones, the ones that charge a lot of money to sign things. And they make up that money by giving you points cards. Bam Adebayo and the Heat. That is Frank Mason and the Kings. So we might possibly have another one hiding in here since that's a second points card. There's D Rose, T-Wolves to 199 blue parallel. Red Wave Iguodala. And a silver prism Jeff Green and the Wizards. Darren Collinson Pacers. We're getting there, kids. We're getting there. 2 boxes left after we look through the end of this little stack. Troy Brown Jr., Washington Wizards. Rookie silver prism. But yeah, if I could round up a little retail tomorrow, I probably would buy a little that I could open myself. Because usually what I order ends in the cases, and I don't want to bust up the case to open any of it myself. So I typically try to find my stuff that I want to open somewhere else. Lonzo to 10 for the Lakers with a fireworks insert. Nice low number. Always like seeing those gold cards come out of there. Hey, it's Michael Porter Jr., Denver Nuggets. I kind of like that hit for the Nuggets. Kyle Korver, Cavs. 2 boxes left. Should we go right or left? Let's go right. We're going to save the left box for last because the last time we did the opposite way. Or maybe we did it this exact same way the last time. Now that I think about it, maybe I went to the right last time too. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, other than we just, you know, we like to save up last box mojo and try to find the biggest hit of the night out of the last box, which sometimes works, but a lot of times doesn't. A lot of times we find a big hit before we get to the last box. So in our NBA mixer that I'm doing this weekend, if any of you are into that sort of thing, there is some optic in there. I don't have any prism, but there's some 17-18 optic and some other 17-18 stuff. But reaching all the way back to 12-13, because I really like opening the 12-13 products because you get the double rookie class, you know. Because, of course, we had the lockout in 11-12. So all the rookies from the 11-12 class, that is Blake Griffin and the Pistons. And there's Shea. There's Go Hard or Go Home, Greek Freak, Bucks. So all those rookies from 11-12 have their rookie cards in the 12-13 products along with the 12-13 rookies. So I love opening 2012-13 basketball. And over the years, I've opened a lot of it. And I still have a lot of it. And we'll be kind of doing it, adding it into mixers and doing stuff with it along the way. The Lakers and LeBron. Domantas Sabonis and the Pacers. How about Durant, by the way, just coming out and just basically saying, hey, if you play with LeBron James, that's a toxic environment. Wow, man, what? That was... Kevin Durant kind of slightly lost his mind there for a hot second, or what? Prince to 199 for the Hawks. Didn't he just break something? Kevin Garnett and the T-Wolves. I think he did. Broke something or sprained something. Prince, I mean. Yeah, man, Kevin Durant just, I mean, a lot of what he said, I guess, made sense. He's talking about how it's such a media circus and the media fawns over LeBron and that, everything becomes about him and etc. Taj Gibson to 149 for the T-Wolves. But it just, that's Embiid, 76ers. It, just wasn't a good look for Kevin Durant, I don't think. That's just maybe not what maybe that's what you say at home. maybe that's not what you say in an interview. I don't know. So you can say whatever you want, but it kind of just, I don't know. The Magic and DJ Augustin. And again, not that he's necessarily wrong, it's just unusual to kind of call it out there in a big public forum. DeAnthony Melton and the Rockets, sensational signatures. Seth Curry for the Blazers. Silver Prism, James Johnson and the Heat. There's Gorgie Jing for the T-Wolves. Everyone is just uncharacteristically quiet tonight. Feels like a Monday, but on a Thursday. Like everybody's very low-key tonight. Alrighty, let's finish up this one and then we can get our mojo working for the last box. That is the Grizzlies with a hyper. Let's go ahead and get this purple out of the way because it happens to be one Reggie Miller for the Pacers, number to 149. Kevin Knox, Red Wave, nice for the Knicks. And that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lakers. There is the Nets with a hyper silver. So the other night when we were opening Flawless Collegiate, we hit our first, I don't open a lot of Flawless Collegiate. Regular Flawless, that's another story, but Flawless Collegiate, I don't open a lot. Markelle Fultz and the Sixers with a silver prism and a Miles Bridges for the Hornets with a red wave. So we pulled our first themed suitcase out of there, So like UCLA has them, UK has them, and Duke has them in basketball. And in football, it's Alabama and Texas, and I don't remember who else. This is Lou Williams for the Clippers to 149. And so then, of course, everybody in it, they're all in their collegiate uniforms. Obviously, it's collegiate flawless. There's Mikalik, Lakers, rookie red wave. And we happen to pull UCLA. And like everybody in the case, except for maybe one guy, maybe. Everybody went to either UCLA or the Pacers. Like, I had not realized how many UCLA people went to the Pacers. Hang on a minute. Somebody says I passed the autograph. Hang on. So let me, oh man, where did I just stack? I've got stuff stacked everywhere over there. Hang on, guys. I did not see the autograph go by, so we're going to have to go back through. I've got stuff stacked in several places over here, so let me grab the ones that are on top to try to find the stack that was in, because I did not see that at all. Obviously I would have stopped on that if I had, and I don't know how I even missed it, but obviously you guys saw it, so that is good. I would have found it when I was sorting, which would have been fine, but still we don't want to just have it hanging out. The bad part is, guys, you're gonna have to bear with me for a minute because I don't remember which stack I sat it down with. So in other words, I've got to look back through a few stacks for us to locate it. Okay, so bear with me please while I find it. So hang on. I know there's like 2 or 3 of you jumped in there. Hey hey, you missed Dante DiVincenzo, thank you. I do appreciate that, guys. That does not happen very often, but for sure it obviously can happen, does happen from time to time. You start kind of zoning out a little bit towards the end of 1700 cards every once in a while. And I somehow or another didn't see it. There it is, right there. Thanks, guys. So, yes, we did have to look through a few stacks to find it, but I would much rather find it right now than find it when I'm putting it together after the break and then having to email the Bucks and go, hey, you got an autograph that I accidentally didn't see in the break. So there is Mr. Dante DiVincenzo for the Bucks, and thank you for rescuing that for me. That is the Nets, Shabazz Napier, Donovan Mitchell, and the Jazz, numbered to 75. And yes, guys, anytime that I know some of you are new here breaking with me, some of you break with me all the time. Anytime you see something go by that I haven't called out that's like that, then that just means I did not catch it. And always, please jump into chat and let me know. Similarly, if you see something go by and occasionally I might read a number off wrong or something and you want to take another look at it, just flag it right there in chat. I'm always happy to go back and grab anything that you want to take a second look at. And obviously, I always would want to go back and find something that I missed like that. So thank you, Marlon and Cole and user who I am calling Grady because I don't know what your username should be pronounced as. Thank you guys for flagging that. I appreciate it. Yeah, so the last box brings us to Last Box Mojo. You know what that means? That means we're trying to conjure up the best hit of the night out of this last box. And right now it would have to go up against Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry is, I would say, probably our highest dollar hit out of here so far. Autograph-wise, obviously. I'm not talking about the silver prisms or any of that. We're talking just strictly autos. So we're trying to beat the Steph Curry autograph for the Last Box Mojo tonight. All right. Here we go. Good luck to everybody who hasn't. If you haven't pulled what you're looking for yet, here's hoping we find it for you in this last box. Larry Bird and the Celtics to 149. There's Miles Turner and the Pacers. That is a red wave. There's a red to 299 Watanabe for the Grizzlies to 299. Red wave Kyrie Thomas, Pistons. Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz with a silver prism. James Johnson and the Heat with a hyper. Silver prism John Stockton and the Jazz. Oh, little mojo for the Warriors. Should be to 25. Andre Iguodala, and it is to 25. Blake Griffin and the Pistons. Mojo. I mean, not mojo. Hyper. Got mojo on the brain because we just looked at the mojo. And that is Blake Griffin and the Pistons as well. That's go hard or go home. Here comes an Aaron Holiday autograph for the Pacers. And Mr. Aaron Holiday, his signature is nothing really to write home about either, is it, guys? That's the A and the H. Magic, DJ Augustin. To 199, that's Vucevic for the Magic. Silver Prism, Al Horford and the Celtics. Fireworks, Anthony Davis Prism. Buddy Hield and the Kings. And the T-Wolves get our second and final autograph out of this box. And that is Diop for the T-Wolves. Well, I say it's our second and final. Every once in a while, they'll slide an extra one in you're not counting on. I believe that's the last one we're going to find. That is the second one out of this box. Terry Rozier and the Celtics. That was Red Wave. Silver Prism, Aaron Holiday. It was an Aaron Holiday kind of box, wasn't it? Got the autograph and the rookie Silver Prism out for the Pacers. There's a Shamet Hyper Prism for the Sixers to 299. This is Josh Hart and the Lakers. That is Dylan Brooks and the Grizzlies, Red Wave. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And Mirotic, Nola. Silver Prism, Goran Dragic for the Heat. Jordan Clarkson and the Cavs. And I see, I think that's Baby Costas up here, isn't it? Yeah, Baby Costas is our last card. All right, so you guys can tell me, those of you who are still hanging out live, do you want to recap all of the Silver Prisms and all of the numbered cards as well as the autographs, or do you, and by the Silver Prisms I'm talking not the hypers and I'm talking just the base Silver Prisms, or do you just want to recap the autographs? So I'm leaving that kind of up to you. I can do it either way. I think I have them more or less stacked by category. Every once in a while you stack one in the wrong spot, but most of them are probably stacked in the right place. So I'll let you guys be the deciding factor on whether we add those into the recap or not. Meanwhile, we do have a few things to do here housekeeping wise. So we have two of these cards here that are Draft Day 2018. They're identical. Neither of them are prisms. They're exactly the same. So we're going to give those out using random.org in a moment. We're also going to give out these 250 rewards points cards using random.org. So I'm going to come along here and bring, or actually you're going to come along with me, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to bring you with me is the point. And we're going to go give random.org a workout. So first off, we're simply going to copy all of the teams from the spreadsheet here. And then we'll roll over to Random, our dear friend random.org. What would we do without it? We're going to paste it in. And the first thing we're going to do is the Draft Day 2018 cards. There are two of those. And you see here, we do have all teams scrolling down, so you can see all the teams were copied and pasted in there as they should be. Guys, it works like this. When I have fewer than 10 items, I do random 3 times. When I have 10 or more, we just do random once. So obviously we've got 30 teams. We're going to do random 1 time. The first 2 teams will each get one of those Draft 2018 cards. So it is the Hornets and the Wizards. And I'm just going to mark that on the back of these sleeves here so that I have that and don't have to come back and watch later to remember. And then we're going to sort of rinse and repeat, except this time it's going to be for the rewards points, okay? So, of course, my clipboard should still have the teams on it. We're basically just going to come right here, plug them back in again. We have 2 points cards, and each of our points cards are also the same value, 250 points apiece. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit random 1 time. First 2 teams are going to get those 1 each of those 250 rewards points. So that gives us the Heat and the Raptors. And that is our points cards here, Heat and Raptors. And guys, these are in sleeves, and the reason they're in sleeves is so I can write on them. I used to write directly on those and directly on redemption cards because, like in both cases, you know, like who really keeps that after you've scratch off the redemption or redeem the points, but I don't know. Sometimes people got mad about it, so I now put them in sleeves so I can write on the sleeves. All right, 250 rewards points for the Heat, 250 rewards points for the Raptors. The Hornets got one of our Draft 2018 cards, and the Wizards came up with the other one. Those are all compliments of random.org. Our autograph hits, we're going to recap those right now. That is the T-Wolves with Diop. Then we have Aaron Holiday out for the Pacers. Dante DiVincenzo, who I just looked right past, the Milwaukee Bucks. Thank goodness you all caught that. No, I would have found it, but I wouldn't have found it till sorting. DeAnthony Melton, sensational signatures for the Rockets. Michael Porter Jr. for the Nuggets. There's Goran Dragic in the Heat. Domantas Sabonis for the Pacers. Kyrie Thomas for the Pistons. Zaire Smith for the Sixers. Mr. Kevin Knox for the Knicks. Luke Walton, Lakers. Mikal Bridges and the Suns. Okubo for the Suns. Hutchison for the Bulls. Steph Curry, Warriors. Amir Johnson, Sixers. Landry Shamet, Sixers. The blank, Mo Wagner for the Lakers. It's still just so crazy. Yeah, completely blank for the Lakers. Jacob Evans for the Warriors. Musa for the Nets. Herder for the Hawks. And Hamidou Diallo for the Thunder. And once again, Lakers, if you do if you do have the Lakers, you should be able to replace that card, get that card replaced that has the blank autograph. And again, you just have to go in and fill out the thing online. The same place where you go do a redemption, you can open a request for like a damaged card and you describe it, and then they'll have you mail in the card and a piece of paper and it'll go fine. Yes, you want to do more in the recap. Okay, then we will grab, this is quite a giant stack of stuff. So bear with me while we get all of this over here. And mixed in with this numbered stuff are just some inserts that are unnumbered, but I didn't stack the unnumbered separately. So once again, the blue are to 199, the red are to 299. Anytime you see the mojo pattern like that, it is to 25. These are to 75. The lighter color purple ones with the cracked ice sort of pattern are to 149. So that gives you an idea of what your numbering is as we go through these. And then, of course, the orange are to 49. The lighter color blue with the cracked ice are to 99. And somewhere in here we've got there it is, a gold one. When you see the gold, they are to 10. So that's what your numbering system looks like for all of this that we're going through right now. And of course, also in here you have, these are not numbered. They just got stacked in that spot, okay? So the inserts that you see that are, like that, not numbered, not numbered. Fireworks to 10. Some of the inserts just got stacked in because my one stack got too tall, frankly. Not numbered, not numbered. That is neither refractor nor numbered, but I set it aside because it was turning face backwards and I wasn't sure why. So I put it aside to see if there was anything I need to know or check about it. That is not numbered. Neither is this or that, but that is a silver prism, of course, with a rookie Wendell Carter Jr. So it does fall into the category of things we wanted to look at. Not numbered, not. None of these on the bottom are. They are just prism inserts, all unnumbered for those. Now, our silver prisms. Now, keep in mind, guys, that it is always possible that I stacked something in an incorrect stack. So if you saw something go by earlier and you don't see it when I'm going back through it the second time, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. It just means I possibly stacked it in with the hyper or the red wave when I didn't mean to. So these are all just base silver prisms, not numbered, veteran, rookie, everything. Everybody's kind of mixed in here together. And I believe that this is the rest of the base silver, but as I said, it is always possible that I accidentally stacked one in with Hyper or in with Red Wave or something. So if you saw it earlier, you're definitely going to get it. All the cards ship. You don't have to worry about that. But I do my best to stack them separately as we go along because sometimes people do want to do another more in-depth look. That's a nice hit right there. It's Jaren Jackson Jr. for the Grizzlies. That's Silver Prism Mojo to 25. It's very nice for the Grizz. And after the Silver Prisms, that is the last of what we'll be recapping. There's another Luck of the Lottery. That is Michael Porter Jr. And so we're not going to recap the Hyper, and we don't really recap the Red Wave because those are completely unnumbered. So that is our break for tonight. Once again, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you spending a big chunk of your evening with me. So I hope that I'll see you again soon. We've got lots of breaks coming up. We can take another look at that for anybody who might be interested in knowing what's coming up in the days ahead. And we will be breaking more Prism, but it is going to be retail stuff that we'll be breaking after this. This was the last case I had of Hobby, and I don't have the retail stuff scheduled yet. It's going to arrive tomorrow, but we'll get it scheduled probably about this time next week. We'll start breaking some cases of various types of retail. We'll do probably some cases of blasters. We'll do some of the 24 count box. We'll do cases of the 24 count boxes, and we'll do some cello pack. We'll do a lot of different stuff. But that'll be coming up in the days ahead, not listed yet on eBay. This is the stuff that is already listed on eBay. So Dynasty Baseball comes out tomorrow night. We'll break a case, or it comes out tomorrow. We'll break a case of that tomorrow night along with a case of Obsidian Football. On Saturday, it'll be a 3-box case of Leaf Autograph full-size football helmets, half case of 2015 Black Gold Football, which is the back half of a case, and then a half case of Flawless Collegiate Basketball, also the back half of a case. Sunday, we'll do a football mixer, Top Strata from a variety of years that you see there. We'll also do an NBA 8-box mixer, and that covers years from 2012 all the way up through 2017. And on Monday night, we'll do more Dynasty and more Obsidian. Tuesday night will be an off night, and then I'm sure we'll have some wonderful new product coming out for us on Wednesday. I just don't remember what it is offhand, but it'll be listed soon. We'll have that up on eBay before you know it. And then one other little note we'll go over in case someone missed this before. This is your shipping information. Consolation cards doesn't really apply tonight, guys. Lots of cards in this break, somewhere around 1,700. So every team pulled cards in here, so no need for consolation cards. And it should all be out the door no later than Monday. So it might well be out to you sooner than that, but I don't know for certain that it will be. So I'm going to project out the door on Monday. And if it goes out sooner, just be pleasantly surprised. How about that? So that's it for me tonight. I will be back at it tomorrow night. I hope I will see you again soon. In the meantime, we're almost to the weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you to enjoy your weekend because we're only one work day away. All right, take care. See you next time. Bye now.